Welcome to the Blue Marble Defender series. This is the 9th story. Its title is Sky High Evil. Here we go. Chapter 1. Fame if you win it. Have you ever felt so sincerely thanked and appreciated? Mom asked just after 11 a.m. Their big red 1959 Cadillac convertible was rolling over the Dillon Dam Road and passing under a banner at the center spelling out, "Thank you, Leo and Rookie." 15 minutes earlier, Pops had pulled their car into the Frisco Marina and a dozen members of Cub Scout Troop 76 had marched them to a parking spot marked with a Blue Marble Defender logo. The mayor of Silverthorne greeted them, ushered them into the big red convertible, handed Mom a bouquet, and waved for the red, white, and blue fire chief to take the wheel. The destination was a community picnic on the ball fields in front of the dam. The occasion was a grand recognition of the service the defenders had rendered in avoiding a devastating rupture of the dam. As the car wound through the town of Dillon, small groups waved from street corners, and after passing through a shopping center, they all arrived at the fields to a crowd of well-wishers hoping to thank them in person. Rookie turned to Leo as the mayor opened the door, and he said, "Holy moly, look who's greeting us." Leo shook his head and pointed to 8 smiling police officers giving the exuberant thumbs-up sign. He only recognized 2, but he figured they must have all gone to the dam to arrest them as they frantically chased the spiradrilla daisies. A grill for hot dogs and hamburgers was firing up. Free soft drinks sat in an ice tub, and younger kids were playing group games. When 2 men walked by with equipment bags, one with baseball bats sticking out, Leo said, "I'm sure you were hoping for this, Rook. Let's go see if they'll let us play." Well, the game wasn't baseball. It was softball. Mom and Pops were already practicing grounders and waved the boys to the field. Rookie had his own glove. He'd run his belt through its wrist strap before he left home to make sure he wouldn't forget it or lose it, and now he pounded the pocket with his fist. Because of the problems breaking it in and scuffing from the spiradrilla daisies, Pop had given him neat's foot oil to soften and protect the leather. He folded a baseball into the glove each night and took out a softball right now to make sure that it fit into the pocket. Leo grabbed himself a glove from the equipment bag. The game field had the Major League's 90-foot bases, intimidating, really big if you're accustomed to playing Little League. It was open to anyone interested, but the core competition was policemen versus firefighters. Mom and Leo were assigned to the firefighters, Pops and Rookie to the police. The organizer announced the game would be slow pitch as opposed to fast pitch or arc ball, where the arc must rise at least 8 feet. The firefighters were up first. The police coach assigned Pops to center field and Rookie to second base. Mom was given the honor of leading off for the firefighters, and she tagged the very first pitch down the left field line for a double. "Way to go, Mom," Rookie whispered when he pretended to tag her with a hidden ball at second base. Leo batted second, taking a big cut at the first pitch and missing. He took a deep breath, tapped the plate, adjusted his batting helmet, and watched the second pitch go by for a ball. The next one came in so slowly Leo could see the seams turn, and he smashed a line drive right over the pitcher's head. Pops was there. Pops charged it, saw Mom rounding third, and threw to the plate. "Safe," the umpire called as Mom jumped up smiling from her slide, and Leo gleefully took second base. The next 3 firemen pounded long fly balls, but the fielders were there to catch them. Rookie was amazed to see how much distance Pops could cover from center field. He seemed to always be behind the other fielders, backing them up when the ball came their way. As the police came to bat, two people approached Mom and asked Leo and her to lead a discussion about the dangers of the spiradrilla daisies. She called out to Rookie, "I hope we'll be back, but I don't know how long this will take." She told the audience no dangerous microbes had been detected, that NASA and universities across the world were in Colorado studying the creatures. The state police had learned how they came to Lake Dillon, and that a scientist was awaiting trial for reckless disregard of health and safety. Rookie was to be the first batter. He selected the shortest bat from the pile, wandered toward Pops as the firefighters warmed up, and said, "Hey, Pops, all this attention kind of creeps me out, but batting for the police makes me feel even more nervous." Don't sweat it," Pops replied. "When the ball comes in, just imagine it's a Spira and whack it out of here." And he almost did. The pitcher had trouble controlling his first two pitches, so Rookie wasn't even tempted to swing. But then a nice fat one floated over the outside corner, and Rookie loved surprising fielders by hitting to the opposite field. He moved his left foot a half step toward the plate, moved his right half step back, and cracked a line drive over the first baseman's head. The ball ran down the right field line all the way to the dam for an easy double. He decided against taking a risk to run to third because he wanted Pops to drive him in. Pops came to the plate with the deep concentration Rookie had seldom seen on his face. His eyes were magnets pulling in everything around him, and he cracked the second pitch, sending the fielders after it in deep left center. Rookie greeted him as he crossed the plate before the ball was even back in the infield. "Pretty lively softball," Pops said. "Must be the altitude." Shouts arrived that it was time to chow down, and the game folded. The boys were regularly interrupted by thank yous from passers-by as they ate, and had just been handed ice cream bars for dessert when a megaphone called for all present to gather around. After giving words of thanks to Mom and Pops, the mayor put his hand on Leo's shoulder and said, "And we have a special thanks to you." He pulled a white sheet from over a set of scuba gear with 2 tanks and a wetsuit. Everybody cheered. Then, placing his hand on Rookie's shoulder, the mayor said, "And for you, young man, in case you ever need to capture more of these Spira creatures." And he pulled the sheet off a fish hook that was so big it came up to Rookie's shoulder. The crowd laughed, but when Rookie reached to take it, the mayor added, "And just in case your boat springs a leak in the future, we have this for you." And he pulled a tarp off a green, steel-bottomed, brand-new canoe. Doesn't get much better than this, Rookie thought. As the family walked to the waiting red convertible, when everything was done and eaten and the party was over, Pop said, "Good food, brilliant blue sky, a cheerful crowd, some softball, and all crowned with glory. I hope this repeats every time each year for you boys." When they reached the Frisco Marina to pick up their own car, Mom and Pop stood aside to take a phone call, and on the drive back to Breckenridge, Pops leaned toward the back seat and said, "You know, nothing stands still in this world. That call we took at the marina, it was from the UN, the United Nations. The work we've done here has caught the attention of mountain resorts all around the world. Chamonix, France especially, they insist they need reviews and training. If you saw me looking up from the phone at you boys, you saw the exact moment Mom and I agreed we'd all be there by mid-November. Rookie, that means you can watch the World Series here in America, and then we're out of here. Leo, you can work on your adventures with Rocco, but you boys will soon be receiving homeschool packets to prepare for the French school system. We'll spend the whole winter in Chamonix. Tough duty, eh?" While waiting for their schoolwork, Rookie watched the World Series, found a place to store his new canoe, and did some fishing. Leo fished, played some ball with his brother, cleaned and stowed the gear he'd use in Rocco's workshop. He also restarted his research on making people smarter through access to their parents' knowledge. But he soon decided it wouldn't work, and he found a related topic that might. Long-buried traumatic memories often drove soldiers to antisocial behavior. But one doctor had found they could retrieve and address memories through a series of eye movements, special eye movements. Now, situations might arise, he thought, when a blue marble defender needed someone to retrieve a forgotten memory. I'll experiment on myself, Leo thought, and try to find a new technique that might work. Chapter 2. More Mountains. Cruising south between the Jura Mountains and the Alps, the jet gradually reduced its altitude. Early snow blanketed everything except Lake Geneva, and looked out the window made Leo say, "More mountains! Gotta love it!" And we're just in time for ski season. Mom rented a car, and as they drove through Geneva en route to Chamonix, Rookie said, "Hey, there's our old apartment. Seems like forever since we lived here, but it's been, only about 3 months." Now, in not more than an hour, the family was unloading the car and hauling their gear into a small brown chalet in Les Houches, next to Chamonix. The Chamonix Valley, formed by the Arve River, starts in a mountain pass at the Swiss border. It passes several glaciers, ski areas, and small villages before it descends to Chamonix itself and then flows onward to Les Houches before a narrow, steep pass brings the Arve down to a broad valley and onward to Geneva, where it flows into the Rhone, just behind Lake Geneva. Preparing their training took up Mom and Pop's days, while reading up on missed classes and all occupied Leo and Rookie. Later in November, serious snow started falling, and it fell non-stop in the first 2 weeks of December. Following many years of light snow, the locals were happy to have it. One Friday evening, Pops asked, "Does anyone want to go out for a fondue Savoyard this evening?" The boys had eaten plenty of cheese fondue when they lived in Geneva, but not fondue Savoyard. "It's not much different," Pops replied when they asked about it. "It's made with various French rather than Swiss cheeses, but the taste is much the same. Restaurants here often add items like mushrooms or even bacon." They walked into Le Phare à Cheval restaurant, and before they were seated, Mom did a double take and asked, "Is that Tony and Skip over there?" "Amazing," Pops replied. "Sure looks like it. I'll go check." And sure enough, it was. It was the longtime friends of Nan and Pipsy, visiting Chamonix for some early skiing. They hadn't yet ordered, so Pops asked the maître d'hôtel to join the tables and seat them together. Dinner was animated and pleasant, with Skip asking for updates from the boys about French schools. Before departing, he said, "I trust you all are skiing tomorrow, right?" Pops replied, "I'm afraid my bride and I are leading a conference for the local police, but Leo and Rookie are aiming to ski." "Well, would you like to ski with Tony and me? Say 9 o'clock at the Flégère lift?" It was agreed, and they met as planned. Leo and Rookie had rented equipment a few days earlier, but had skied only once on the slopes near their chalet in Les Houches. On the trip up, Skip asked, "Would you boys like to just ski free? Or, since it's early in the season, would you like me to give you a lesson?" "A lesson? That'd be great," both answered without hesitation. With Skip leading and Tony following, the boys learned about distributing their weight when crossing a slope, polishing their turns, and strategy options for mogul fields. At the end of the afternoon, the boys dragged themselves home, happy but exhausted. Fresh snow fell all night. Sunday morning, Rookie lay in his bed and watched uncountable thousands of snowflakes still falling. Sometimes they swirled, sometimes they blew horizontally, sometimes they floated pretty much straight down, and the wind was occasionally gusted against the window. They blew upward for a time. All these guys are following the laws of physics, Rookie thought. I wonder if sometimes there's one that gets dispensation from the laws of physics and can do whatever he wants. There's got to be an exception, mistake, or some anomaly once in a while. If Rookie had been hanging out with his friends at school, he would have asked them that question. But here at his ski chalet, the family scientist would only give him guff. He decided to just enjoy watching the flakes fall. The family had planned to meet Tony and Skip for the first departure of the Flégère Télécabine, so they could be the first to ski the fresh snow. But Rookie's morning reveries had made them late, and when they arrived at the base, they figured Tony and Skip had already departed, so they jumped onto the next lift. On the way up, Rookie said, "We had fun, really fun, learning from Skip yesterday, and he bought us the best lunch, steak frites." Leo added, "And he gave us lessons in important things like how to move your arms and shoulders to make turns easier, and how to make everything work together so you don't have to exaggerate any actions. He skis like music." When they exited the Télécabine at the plateau, that was an area they knew well from watching helicopters practice mountain rescues the previous summer, and they waited for the next lift, the index, to depart to the highest point. Leo looked to his right and said, "Hey, there they are! Whoa! Look at Skip and how the tips of his skis are knives cutting through that new fluffy snow." "Yes," Mom said. "He's like scissors trimming a bolt of bright white fabric. And see how his ski tails leave elegant curves behind? It's like he's sewing the mountain into a dress and then embroidering it for Tony." Rookie said, "Wow, I gotta practice. I want to ski like that." They caught up with Tony and Skip and skied through a day filled with brilliant blue sky and sun. Across the Chamonix Valley, they could see the Grand Monte ski area, and Pop suggested they should ski there the following weekend. The most impressive sight they saw over there was the Mer de Glace, a huge expanse of glaciers that merge and shimmer in the sun from Mont Blanc, nearly all the way down to the valley. A hot air balloon was lazily hovering over it, very pretty. Chapter 3. Fred again. Monday morning, Fred sat with his feet on a desk, staring out the window at a river. "It's almost time," he thought. "Almost time for Fred justice. I can't punish all those WHO do-gooders, but I'll make my point. They won't criticize my cigarettes again or take that superior attitude without thinking twice." The Swiss police warrant for him was stuck in the back of his mind. "But nah," he thought, "they won't find me here in France. Besides, nobody was hurt. No damage was done in Switzerland. If they do find me, they'll just slap my hand for opening doors to that secret hospital. Sheesh, I still can't believe I let those two stupid boys trick me. Their dog did distract me, but how on earth did they make that police helicopter show up?" "Oh, well," he thought, "they almost got me caught. But they also did me a service. My new plan B, it started with their suggestion. Yeah, stop manufacturing tobacco cigarettes, they said. Make a new product, they said. It might have been their idea, but it was I, and only I, the genius, who thought of the right new product. And it is I who will sell it and become rich. So what if it's illegal? Magic mushroom cigarettes. They're my future. When photos of my balloon and banner go viral, the free publicity will make the whole world clamor to buy them. I'll charge 100 times more than tobacco cigarettes, and I'll be rolling in money. Fred's rented house near the Arve in Les Houches was his Plan B control center. Plan B, Plan B, Plan B, he thought. It's so perfect. I can control operations as I sit here with my feet on the desk. And this time, I'll make certain nothing goes wrong. I won't let anybody in the door, not even a dog, maybe especially not a dog. I won't even leave the house. Ha! I won't even say my plan out loud. When that driver arrives in 5 minutes, I'll push this little button here, and Plan B will explode onto the stage.